Hey folks, welcome back to the Dyson Sphere program. Last time we got started on producing automation of the connector Mark II. Is that what it's called? The sorter Mark II. We also powered up our power grid with some thermal power based on burning coal. So we're going to continue from where we left off. However, there is one change I want to make, and I'm not exactly sure how to do it. But let's see if we can figure it out. So I'd like this lower matrix lab to be constantly producing the item. What's it called? The electromagnetic matrix, while the upper lab continuously researches. So I'd like to change the way this works. Let's go ahead and delete these. And then how do I delete the sorters? Like this. There we go. Okay. So now we can produce that same conveyor belt, like this, one level higher. And then that actually may not be high enough. So I'm not quite sure how this works. And we'll figure it out. Upgrade facilities? What is this? Upgrade matrix lab. Press and hold shift to chain upgrade. What does this do? I'm not sure what that does. Okay, well, it does nothing. Let's start over here. I think maybe 4 can do it. So we can build something like that and then connect. Oh, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Okay. Try again. Let's see. So I think we had it at 1, 2, 3, 4, I think seemed right. Collide with other objects. All right, let's bring this over here like this. See if we can figure out how to make this work. So now if we put a collector from here to facility B, maybe it doesn't work that way. Maybe because they're stacked together, it doesn't actually need to be up here. Maybe it was fine the way it was. So if I go and just grab a connector, I can't connect it to this. All right, so it was fine the way it was, I think. All right. Well, that's a giant waste of 2 minutes. Let's put it back. All right, so the bottom one should always be producing electromagnetic matrices. And the top one, oh, they're chained. You can't have one doing the other, huh? The whole facility will do one or the other. I understand. Okay. So I'd have to place this elsewhere. So when you stack them, they act like one facility. Interesting. Okay. Well, hey, I learned something. Speaking of research, we wanted to focus on upgrading or investing in research for making the mech faster. I think the first thing we wanted was the engine. A small aerodynamic component used as a basic part in many aircrafts. This engine can be crafted easily from cheap raw materials. So let's get that unlocked. And let's get this researching it to help out. And then we'll have to build some engines at some point. I think there's another upgrade we need to do to actually make the mech faster once we have engine unlocked. All right. So over here, we're building connectors. And the one thing we wanted to automate next was the connector Mark II. The sorter Mark II. And that requires... why? Where do I get that? Traffic monitor? No, we don't need that. We need connector Mark II. For that, we need the electric motor, which is made from iron widgets, gears, and magnetic coils. So we can start out by making a few of these. But we're going to need to create an automation chain for it. So we're going to need iron ingots, gears, and magnetic coils. Let's look at that. You've unlocked the engine, can provide a stable output of power for assembling all types of aircrafts. Let's go into upgrades now and look at... there's so many. Oh, I see. This is interesting. There's things that are a different color. Let's pause time for a second. So, I'm not sure what the color means. Like, this is a different color. Maybe it's... I'm not sure what that means. Now, there was definitely something in here somewhere to make the mech faster. Logistics carrier engine? No, that's logistics. Vein utilization, we still don't have the energy matrix for. Maybe it was higher up. Drive engine? This needs coal and 50 engines. Okay, so let's get this started, I guess. Energy circuit. Mass construction, that's blueprints. Inventory capacity. Mechanical frame. For 60 engines, we can get more mecha movement speed. All right, let's activate that. And so we're going to need to mass produce electric motors. Oh, electric motors. That's different. That's not the same thing as engine. Where would electric motor be? All right, if we go back to upgrades and look at this. Electric motor, is that the same as engine or is that different? What did we just complete? Electromagnetic drive. Electric motor. No, it is the same thing. Okay, good. So yes, let's be working on this and let's automate the production. All right. So, what have we got working on here for iron ingots? We have iron coming into this, which is slow. So, the Sorter Mark 1 does 1.5 trips per grid, and the Sorter Mark 2 does 3 trips. Trips per second, I guess. Let's get some more going here so that we can maximize our output. Oh, we can't. We're limited here. There's only the one output. So we would need to rearrange how this works in order to get... we need a longer belt so we could pick more stuff off of it. I can't, yeah. So hold on. What do I have in here? This is basically full. So it's not doing us any good like this. I think then... Well, I mean, it is full, so we can at least do this. So we can get 3 going that way. And now this will be generating, looks like 60 per minute. And then we have the output as well. Okay, so let's put some more connectors here for now. Okay, so what is the output here now? Now this is full at 60 per minute. Okay, that's good. Now, if we come over here, this should be filling up at 60 per minute and then feeding it onto this belt. So how many of these are we actually using right now? They're being used here at a rate of... What's the recipe? 45 per minute, so that leaves 15 left over. And this one is using... Well, I don't really understand this. The Sorter Mark 1, length 2 grid, 0.75 trips per second. So if I... Hold on. Is it because it's longer? So like if I delete this and build one more conveyor belt and then put a sorter here from here to here, then this is doing... Now it's doing 1.5 trips per second, so it has something to do with the length of the connector as well. So we can improve the efficiency here as well on the use of copper by extending this closer by 1. And then going ahead like this. Okay, so this is producing now 45 per minute, which is using... So I'm very confused by this. This machine is doing 45 per minute, which is using 45 of these iron ingots. This is also theoretically doing 45 per minute. Product overflow, okay. But it uses 2 ingots, so it should be using, what, 90 ingots per minute? So the only reason it's not eating up all of the input is that it's got an overflow output. So... I'm trying to figure this out. This guy is making 45 per minute, so we've got... It's outputting as fast as it can. But we may be producing too many circuit boards. Because this is using... The recipe uses 1 circuit board, 45 per minute. It's using 45 per minute of the output here, which is also producing 45 per minute. So I'm not exactly sure. The point is, this is not perfectly optimized, but I think it's using the majority of the iron ingots. So we need more iron ingot production to go into producing engines. I think we're using as much of the iron as quickly as we can. So I think we need to find another source of iron or another location for iron. Let me... man, I'm still learning a lot about how this game works, so it's like taking me some time to get through like all the logic and figuring out what I'm doing. Let's see. Now, how do I turn back on... That's the power grid. Veins distribution? Yeah, okay. So we've got 8 iron over here, so we may not be using our optimal amount of iron from over here. Let's go take a look and see what else we can do over here. Yeah, because this is making magnets, but it may not be using all the iron. I'm not sure. Let's take a look. So we're outputting something like 120 per minute, and then we're using 40 per minute. Yeah, so we are actually using all of this iron, I think. I think we already optimized this, so it's producing a lot of magnets, and those are being used. So I think this is efficient. So we have 1 iron vein we're not using there, 1 iron vein we're not using there. It's not super helpful. Where else do we have iron that we're not using? Let's zoom out quite a bit. We got coal, iron veins over here, stone, stone. So we need more iron. And eventually we'll get the upgrade for iron vein efficiency, and then everything will be thrown off. So we've got coal veins over here and iron veins way over here that we're not using fully, I think. So yeah, it's a slow movement here. But we'll get over here and we'll take a look. So this guy's producing, yeah, nowhere near as much as he needs to be. Part of that is that we didn't understand exactly how this worked. So let's delete this sorter. Actually, let's see if we can build one. How many of these can we make? 15? We have some. Let's produce as many as we can. Let's get those going. And let's change the way this works. So let's delete this. Let's extend this out by 1. That's as far as we can go. And then let's put a sorter mark 2 from here to there. And let's watch what this can do now. This is now producing 60 per minute. This is producing 60 per minute, which is like the maximum that can be consumed, and the belt is sort of blocking us. But we can build another depot here. Can we get it there? We can, and we can take more of it off of here, off of the belt here, and into the depot. Okay. So how many are you doing? You're doing 1.5 trips per second, which I think is the best you can do. Well, no, you're still length 2. Can I move you closer by 1? That seems like the best I can do. So it's still length 2. I can't have this split. No, I can't. Now there was something else, a splitter. Yeah, let's put, it's too narrow. So this is the best we're going to be able to do here. But this is now producing, it's going up somewhere around 120 per minute. So this guy's eating 60 and we're getting 60 per minute into here, I think. I guess that's as best as I can figure. Maybe a little bit more than 60. I gotta remember in the future that these things can output a lot and I need belt length. So let's estimate this at, actually, that's quite a lot. Almost 100 per minute, maybe 90 per minute. So we're getting 90 per minute into this depot. So from here, we can go ahead and produce more iron ingots, right? For the engine recipe. So the engine, what is that? Where does that show up here? Logistics, collecting, power. I don't know how we produce. I don't know how this works either. I guess we can upgrade existing. Yeah, I can upgrade the conveyor belt Mark 1, right? If I have the Mark 2 sorter, that's what that's for. Okay. Let's go in here and look at the engine. So that's the engine, and then this is the electric motor. This is the one we want, I think. So we need 2 ingots, 1 gear, and 1 electromagnet. Let's work on the ingots. So coming out of here, I guess we go create some more of these, as many as we can. And then what do we want to do here? I guess we can come this way to start. So let's do something like this. Let's build 3 like that, and then we'll put a connector here to bring these things out. Then we'll build a smelter. Can we build that there? How does that work? Can I then connect this like this? Oh, I can. Interesting. So I can build it fairly close. I don't know how much we need, but okay, so you're gonna make... Why can't you make iron ingots? Oh, is that not... Wait a minute. That's an assembler, so that's the wrong machine. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what the right way to do this is. So we got 1, 2. We could have 1 more. So we have 3 places from which we can extract the ore. I'm not sure how fast the intake goes. But now we need a smelter. Materials. Which we don't have some of. Let's make some of those. And we can use this to make the metal ingots. Materials. So do we put it right on top like this? I guess we do. And then we get our connectors. I don't know how many we need, but we can put on 3 for now. That should absorb the entirety of like the output here. Let's go ahead and make metal ingots. And then we're gonna need output as well. So let's build a... Let's see, what are we going to need? We're going to need a storage depot. And I guess we put it here and then connect it up. Does that work? Or is it too close? Too close. All right. So we need at least one distance here. Like this. And then we can connect it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess. So now we shouldn't have input output. It should be limited to how many it can make. 60 per second. All right, that's fine. So that's making 60 of those per second. So for our recipe, we'll then need... where's the motor? So if we're making 60 of these, we need 30 gears. Okay. So I think we build another miner over here to address... I think we're probably using the majority of this. So I think we build another miner over here. Can we get 5? How many can I get? I can't get 5. Oh, it actually tells you there. 4x equals 120 per minute. That I didn't notice. So 4 mines is 120 per minute. All right, well, let's get that built. And we'll turn some of that into gears. Let's start clearing some space here. And then we'll need a nice, handy, at least 3 belt length so that we can grab everything possible. Let's start by getting it straight into a depot, I think. So we'll put a depot here. And then we'll... No, see, that's not as close as it could be. If we do that, we can make it work. Okay. So we'll bring this out to here. Then we'll do our connectors. I don't know how many of these we have. We can't produce any more of these. We need to produce more of the first ones first. So let's produce some of those. We have plenty of circuit boards. We have 1 circuit board. Okay. I need some metal ingots, it looks like. Where can I get some of those? We're producing them right here, right? This is metal ingots. Yeah, let's take some of these. And then let's go back here and make... Yeah, let's make some of these. Okay, good. So it should go through the chain for us and produce those. Very nice. Okay. Coming back over this way... We are going to need to power this. But let's start by getting the output of the iron into the depot. So let's do 1, 2, 3. That's as high throughput as we can get. Let's build some Tesla towers, if we have some. All right, we're going to need to build some of those too once these are done. Okay, so then this is going to produce 120 ore per minute. We want some of that going into producing... We want 30 per minute on an arc smelter or an assembler. Which one makes... I think we learned it was this one, right? So like if we do this, I think that's too close. Let me check. Yeah, that's too close. But I think that is the building we want. So I guess we have to put it 1 away. You're gonna make...
Replication complete.
Gears. Now we have power, so we can get started with our mine. Let's put down some Tesla towers. Somewhere they'll connect, like this. I guess that's fine. We should probably be building some more of those while we're at it. So let's do that. Okay. So this guy's going to produce the gears. I think we only need... I don't know if we can tell how effective it is. If we just... So I guess we can... put like... We can do like this. If we want to like shorten the length of the connectors. But then we have to use 2. That uses a lot. So that sends like as much iron ore as we can possibly get into this device. Oh, but it needs ingots. It needs ingots. So I need another chain of ingots before I get into the gears. All right. So let's delete all of this. I'm not sure. So we're getting raw ore. We're going to turn that into... I gotta make more of these. This whole episode is gonna be just about getting like the basic chain up and running. Well, what can you do? That's the way it is.
Materials. Replication complete.
Okay, now we should have the smelter. Let's take a smelter here. It needs at least one space, right? Okay, I don't think we need that many. I think we can do it like this. No, we need 2 then. Hold on. Can I get it one closer or not? I don't... Sometimes it seems like there's different rules for different buildings. So can I do this and then connect it directly? No, that's too close. So then we have to have 2 connectors or we lose some value or some speed on the trip, I guess. Because like if let's say I do it like this and I just use a connector, which I can do, and I go from here to here, right? So now 1.5 per trip instead of 3 per trip. 3 trips per second per grid square. And then this is gonna make those. So how many does that leave you making? 60 per minute? I only need 30. But I guess if it can retrieve it fast enough, I guess I don't understand what... I guess I don't understand the limit here. 1.5 trips per second. So we're getting 1.5 ore per second, which comes out to what, 90 ore? And this thing is only using... Yeah, so this thing's actually too fast. It's gonna... I am really struggling to understand all the systems here, guys. I'm doing my best, but like... There's a lot of numbers that are like not directly clear. Anyway, we now have 60 ingots per minute, and we can turn that into a bunch of gears per minute. So you're gonna make gears. And the recipe here is 1 ingot makes 1 gear. Okay, so let's put a connector here. That, again, is 1.5 trips per second, so 90 of these... This only produces 60, so it's sending 60 per minute over here. And this is then producing 45 per minute? Why is that? I guess it's the speed at which it produces the item? Let's see. If I go look at this... 1 ingot makes 1 gear in 1 second. That's what it says. So if this is producing 60 per minute... Why is this one producing 45 per minute? I guess I don't understand. Can somebody explain this to me? If you guys are watching and you know the game inside out, this seems to be producing 60 ingots per minute, and this seems to be sending up to 90 ingots per minute over. So why, if this produces product overflow... Oh, then maybe that's part of it. Hold on, let me make an output depot. Put that there, and then connect it out. Okay. It's not powered. All right. How far will this go along? Oh, it seems like it goes longer along one type of connection than another. Like, I don't even know what direction I'm looking right now. Oh, that's not helpful. I moved it too far. Let's make sure... That looks good. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I still don't quite understand. We've got the arc smelter producing 60 per minute, but this thing can only produce 45 per minute, even though the recipe makes 1 gear from 1 ingot in 1 second. I don't understand that. Is it limited by this? Like, if I add another one of these, will it speed up? Let's see. Maybe I'm misunderstanding this. 1.5... Oh, 1.5 trips per second. So... No, that should still be... That should still be 1.5 trips times 60 seconds. But I guess it has to go there and then back, or... I don't know. Let me add another one and see what it does to the production rate here. What is it? It's working at 100%. If I add another connector, let's see. It's still locked to 45 per minute, so that's the maximum it can make, which means this connector is like extraneous. All right. But the point is, we've got, over here, we've got 60 ingots per minute. And over here, we've got 45 gears per minute. So if we look at our recipe for the electric motor, the next thing we need is electromagnets. I can't remember if we have extra of those, but they're way over there. So we may need to go check out what's going on with the electric magnets. Man, we are so slow. Where's my magnet production facility and how much of it is being used? So it should be from the copper, right? Okay, so copper output is making 45 per second, which is probably limited by this. I think that's probably limited by that. So let's delete this and change the way this works. Is my standing there causing it to break? Or can I get one more? No. I have screwed this up again. So probably the best way to do it is just to come to there. And then do 3 connectors. Now let's see if that speeds up output. It does, yeah. So now it's going up to 120 per minute, which with 4 vanes is about right. Okay. Now we're coming in here and this is producing copper at 60 per minute. So we've got 60 copper per minute coming out of this that we're not using. The copper, 60 per minute going into here. But again, we need more connectors. Let's fix this up. Let's see. So if we go like that and then like this, does that speed things up? This is now fully producing 60 copper ingots per minute into here. Okay. Now, how many are we using here? This is low on... Okay, this is low on iron ingots, apparently. So, we're using this to make what? What are we making here? Circuit boards? And we're bottlenecked on iron ingots. That's fine. Because what are we making too many of here? These? Oh yeah, I was going to automate production of sorter Mark IIs, wasn't I, as well? Oh, yikes. Okay. So, we've got lots of copper we're not using. What is this? This guy over here is making magnets. That looks like it's backed up over here. We're not making enough of these per minute. Product overflow? Oh, we're full. Okay, so we could be using some of this to make the electric motor, and I think that's what we should do. So I think what we want to do is build a long, probably a nice long stack of conveyor belts to bring the stuff we just finished making over here over to the electromagnets. Now, is there a way to go from a lower level to a higher level or not? I guess it doesn't matter. What is this? All right, let's start building a nice, handy dandy, fun conveyor belt over there. So we're gonna need a lot of conveyor belts. I don't know how many we have in here. 700? All right, so let's just do like something like this. Just to start. And then we'll come over. I guess we'll come over here like this and then start going this way. So then we'll want, at the very least, we'll want one of these here to get the output of the gears. And then we'll come over here and we'll build this. I think from here, like so, and connect that up. It doesn't exist yet, so I can't connect it. Okay. I think we've got this working. Oh, look, it kind of like angles over the land a little bit. Interesting. Okay, so while our drones are building that, and this would be where you'd love to have more drones, right? So let's see. We can't probably build over water. Let's cancel these. And let's go figure out what our path is going to be. So we want to bring it over to the electromagnets, which are way over here. Or where's the electromagnets? Where's the output of the electromagnets? Here? Yeah, so we want to bring everything over like to here and then have a factory to build the electric motors. Okay, so we got to figure that out. These guys stopped building, interestingly, when we left the range in which they could build. How many of these do I have left? 637. We got plenty. Okay. So there's the... Okay, there are the gears. This should be ingots. Yes. Okay. And now we need to cross over this way. So let's do that. Let's start with this and see how we do with the water. Can we do this? Yeah, okay. Okay, so if I follow this line, are we in the general direction? I think so. I think that's basically correct. We'll bring these long conveyor belts. I feel like I'm back in my first playthrough of Satisfactory, when everything was just huge, long conveyor belt chains going everywhere. But that's fine. All right, now you come up this way as far as you can go. All right. And then you come over here and do the same thing. So we're bringing resources to the factory. That's generally the way that makes sense, I guess. Let's walk with our drones as they build this for us. There should be a depot somewhere with a crap ton of conveyor belts in it. Yeah, we're not getting this research done today, I don't think. But maybe we can get the electric motor done. Okay, so this is where I could see having the additional drone and having like drone construction speed being upgraded would be really nice when you're doing long builds like this. Let's see them go ahead and get it done. I guess it's better if we're close to them because they're coming to us to get items to build with. There's a little trick, right? A little tip. Stay close to your drones for builds like this, I guess. Okay. So here's our two of our components, and then the other one is in this. Okay, let's let them finish that. And then I think we're gonna need to do, well, to pull it off fast enough, the Sorter Mark II should be fine. Let's go ahead and put down our assembler here.
Materials.
Oh, yikes. Let's make some assemblers real quick. Oh, man. This was a long, wandering, meandering episode as I'm trying to learn enough about this that I don't have to sort of stop and figure everything out as I go, but it's not easy. All right, let's put our engine assembler here. Now, you're going to be making electric motors, okay? Let's put the connectors on. So there's one ingredient, there's another ingredient. And then output's probably on this side. So let's bring... We do have one conveyor belt over here, but let's not mess with that one. Let's put another one here. And so we'll do like this, I guess. Let's see if that works. And then a connector from here to here, and then from here to here. And then if we get some power going, okay. And then we need an output depot. Which side do I want that on? I mean, I guess we'll do something like this. And then dump a depot next to it. Oh, I got no depots. Make some depots, please. All right, let's put a depot like here. And then a connector. Come on now. 1 to 2 and 2 to 3 like that. And then we probably don't need these other belts. And now we're making motors. All right. So once we get 52 motors, this research should be good to go. Let's watch what's our output here? 22.5 electric motors per minute. So we're definitely providing enough materials, I think. For right now, we've got a surplus of magnetic coils, for example. These are magnetic coils, right? Yeah, okay. All right, so we can produce 22.5 per minute, which means we're gonna need 2 minutes here to finish up. And then we'll see the effect of the research. Let's go ahead and grab these to get started. Okay, so we're slowly researching. Now, what happens if this only researches stuff that uses those blocks, so that's not helpful. Okay, but we've got our first giant, like, conveyor belt, which you knew was coming, right? You had to know that was coming here, sooner or later. There are a lot of efficiency things I still don't understand. I'm trying to pick it up as I go. Let's grab some more. There we go. Getting closer. So this is the mechanical frame. Unlocks 1 meter per second of mecha movement speed. And I think we're researching this manually at the moment. Mechanical frame. So yeah, we've automated electric motor production. That's huge. Although it's only 22.5 per minute, but that'll fill this up. And then I think we can use this as part of our production of, we can automate sorter Mark IIs. Yeah, we put in 2 Mark Is and an electric motor, and we get out a Mark II. So that's what this depot over here with the billion sorters in it was. Where was that? There. I did turn off building icons, so I can turn it back on to see it there. I guess we're not really using this glass. Okay, so a very, very convoluted, meandering episode of confusing buildings and trying to figure out efficiencies and trying to understand how things work. But in the end, we got where I wanted to go, which is the automated production of these electric motors and the manual research of the mechanical frame. So let's watch what happens as we unlock this.
Upgrade complete.
It's a little bit faster. Just a little bit. 1 meter per second. Let's take a look. Does it show our speed? 7 meters per second as opposed to 6. So that's what? That's a 16.66 repeat percent speed increase. Hey, it's not nothing. I will take it. I will take it. Guys, that's going to be it for this time. When we come back, we'll hook up the Mark II production, and then we'll figure out where we're going next in our technology tree. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. It's a cool game. I can definitely see the later episodes getting crazy, but this early stuff, where I'm learning the game and I'm figuring out how things work, it's always going to be a little bit slow, and that's where your help could come in. Any tips you can give me to understand this stuff better, leave a comment below the video, and I will read it and respond. Other than that, I guess I hope we see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Bye.